I can't understand. It made you feel good.
Man, it's like the parents. I'm trying not to tear up.
It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay, man.
But that's the feeling.
Yeah.
You know, that kid eventually talk right now. All right, Sam, get it together.
Crashout conversations. Crashout conversations. Conversations. Conversations.
Welcome to another episode of Crashout Conversations, where real people share real stories, lessons they learn, mistakes to avoid, and the exact moment that changed your lives forever. I'm your host, Cody Paul. This is Crashout Conversation. Let's dive right in. On today's episode, we have a special guest. His name is Samuel Preveau, a dear friend of mine. Samuel,
Yes, sir.
can you please tell the people about yourself?
Man, how you doing, big brother?
I'm doing
It's
good.
a privilege. It's an honor for me to be here on this platform. I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, I'm a Haitian represent. But to be honest, like many people don't believe that. But I was born in Venezuela. I did not stay there for too long, unfortunately, and I was raised in Haiti. So I'm a 100% so you know what I mean. So yeah, I am, like you said, my name is Samuel Preveau. I am a registered behavioral technician. I'm actually in the process of becoming a BCBA.
Okay.
That's the next step after becoming an RBT.
Okay. And as you already know, people, Crashout Conversations, we have different people from different line of work, different careers that will come here and share the secrets with you. All right. The tea that you need to know before making the next move to whatever you want to do with your life. Stop here. All right. And Samuel,
Yes, sir.
I believe you have a lot of stuff you want to share with the people. All right. Tell me about that.
Becoming an RBT, I would say it is because, first of all, back in school, I don't know what draw people near me, especially, you know, those that are going through something. They constantly come to me, asking me for words of advice. It's basically I was like a therapist already without knowing that I was a therapist, right?
Okay.
So when they come to me, they, you know, asking me words of advice, either through relationship or careers, so on and so forth. And I'm like, you know what? I think I need to go ahead and be in the psychiatrist field. So I said to myself, you know what? I need to go ahead and get into psychology and start, you know, learning more about why people do certain things. You know what I mean? Because gen de le moun nan yo we moun nan fon bagay, yo pense c'est parce que li mal élevé, you know, c'est parce que, you know, he doesn't know better, but there's always reason behind everything.
Exactly. And spécialement comme c'est pour nous-mêmes qui sortis Haïti. Et on a dit tout le monde, tout parent qui sorti Haïti avec petit yo mène ti moun nan ici pour une raison bien déterminée. Yon la den ka vini parce que yo besoin bal yon vie qui pi meilleur que ça yo te gen haïtien et on l'autre là parce que yo besoin pour petit lan li évoluer. Parce que en pile moun pa connaît que en pile parents haïtiens, m'ga dit la majorité 85% parents haïtiens, yo pas arrivé dans une classe qui si élevée. OK? So, yo ta remen pour yo ouais petit yo non niveau et c'est ça que fait yo travail dit tout, yo travail en pile pour petit yo arriver non niveau. So, pendant qu'on parle de famille, ba connaît ou même si ou lever non famille qui te gen tous les deux maman avec papa ou ba connaît.
Well, I'll say yes and no. Why do I say yes? Because both my parents, they're still alive, by the grace of God. Man, yeah, unfortunately, you know, my parents, they divorced. And then since you mentioned education, I thank God I'm the first in my family to graduate, to finish college, get a master's, so on and so forth. And then my older brother,
Congratulations,
unfortunately,
congratulations.
thank you, man, thank you. But my older brother, he's with the Lord now, and he's another reason why I really get into this field to help those, because Haïti, là où on ti moun ap agi en façon, yo di, c'est ti moun niye, on pense comme ça ti moun agi. But in the Haitian community, they don't truly believe that autism exists.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that's my goal. That's my dream. For me to pour me planter how do you say it? Like a field of the therapy, to where I can educate the people that, hey, listen, certain behavior that are happening is because there's a reason why it's happening.
Okay.
Right? So, again, since you mentioned, my parents, so yes, my mom and dad is still here. I was raised in a Christian family. And I don't believe in religion, but I can say that I am very spiritual, and I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ. And I just keep doing what I do I feel like God is using me as an instrument in this field, to educate, to pray, to support the Haitian community.
You've mentioned that you love to help people.
Man,
And loving to help people is an understatement.
I do.
That's what you live by every day. And my question for you, why RBT? What does that mean to you? And because the reason why I'm asking is because you can do anything to help people. And by anything, I mean, you could walk down the street right now and there's a homeless person, you give them $5, $10, $100, that's helping them with an extra meal.
Of course.
You see somebody with a disabled vehicle on the side of the road, you stop, you help them out.
I actually do that all the time.
That's helping them out. But why RBT?
All right, why RBT? I don't know if you know this. Back then, the way the spectrum is rising now, it's ridiculous, right? Let's say back then it used to be like maybe 20%, people saying that, hey, my kids is in the spectrum. Now, I guarantee you, everybody you talk to, you're gonna know somebody that say, hey, my kids is in the spectrum.
Okay.
Why is that? You know what I mean? Spiritually speaking, because that's my belief. That's what I feel. I feel like there's the devil's always at work.
Okay.
Right. And the devil always trying to go for the young, because us, nous get en maturité, nous get en connaît gen des bagages, pas n'importe petit bagage qui ka déranger nous. So spiritually speaking, I feel like the devil's going after the children, because it doesn't make sense. Out of like 10 kids, man, you're gonna find at least 8 to 7 kids with the spectrum. It don't make sense. You know what I mean? And then back then, like I said, out of 10 kids, he was probably like 2, 3 in the spectrum. So that's why I said, I feel like God is using me as an instrument to, while I'm working with the clients or whatnot, I pray for them, because if it's God's will for them to be normal, it's not that they're not normal, but there are things that we can do that they can do. There are ways that we can communicate, they cannot.
Okay.
Right? So that's where I come in to teach them, to help them be independent. Right?
So would you say technology has something to do with the...
Well, I'll say technology do have something to do with the behaviors, not intellectual, not mentally, but at the same time, I feel like medications and the things they do in the medical field when I say medical field, I don't know what it is that they're giving these kids, man. But somehow, like, okay, get this. It's not that a kid cannot born with, a disability, right? It's possible.
Yes.
But let's say I have my child, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, normal, talk, everything, right? And then the moment they went to see the doctor, or the moment, they request them to get some kind of shots or vaccine, right? And then 1 year down the road, that kid cannot speak. 1 year down the road, that kid start engaging in behaviors you never seen before. You know what I mean? So I feel like that it's 2 and 2. You know what I mean? Okay. Yes, the game. When I say technology involved, I work with kids. If they don't have the technology, if they don't have the iPad, or if they don't have the video games, like, they're gonna engage in aggressive behavior.
Okay.
Right? So this is where I come in to trying to teach them, hey, listen, it's okay to have the iPad. It's okay to play the video game, but you can't depend your life on technology.
Okay.
Because what happened when the power went out? What happened when the battery died? Are you gonna be like, go in tantrum until you get that, iPad, or until you get that device back? So that's where I come in to trying to teach not only the kids, but teach the parents, because the parents spend 24 hours with the kids every day. So that's when we come in to not only teach the kids, but also inform the parents to partake and to participate with us for that, so that kid can become individual, can communicate, can learn daily life skills.
Okay. And you've been speaking about the medical aspects in a simple term, simple language for the people to understand. What does an RBT do?
All right. An RBT, just like a teacher.
Yes.
Just like a doctor, just like a nurse, just like a lawyer, we're here to teach the individual to become more independent, like I mentioned before, right? Okay. So an RBT is there to implement whatever plan the BCBA provided, so that kid, not only the kid, so that we can implement that for, okay, let me put it this way. Si mal l'hôpital, right?
Okay.
Docteur a dit comme ça, ok, m'gen tête fait mal. Mais qui remède ka bon pour moi. Et pas docteur a bon remède là. Docteur a prescribe remède là, li dit nurse là, hey, mais médicament pour bay patient, right? So since the nurse is the one that giving me the medication, that doesn't mean she's the one that prescribed the medication, but she's there to provide,
instruct you,
basically, and then to let me know. It's not that the doctor couldn't do it. Yeah, they could have do it.
There are levels to it.
Exactly, it's a different level. So us RBT, we there to provide, prompt, to provide reinforcement. We mostly work towards positive reinforcement.
Okay.
Right? You got positive and negative reinforcement, and you also got punishment too.
Okay.
So we're trying to stay away from the punishment part.
Okay. So RBT, is it only towards juvenile, the work that you do? Is it only towards juvenile, or also do you also help out adults?
And everything?
Yeah.
No, it's for both.
It's for both.
But majority of it, it's mostly for like kids starting, let's say 2, 3 years old and up. As long as the person need the service, we're gonna be there to provide it.
Okay. Talking about the mental health aspect, is it possible for you to relate on the mental level, to relate to the clients? And also, how does that affect you? You being a helper, a teacher, an instructor, and trying to teach that individual that this recent behavior or the current behavior that you are partaking in is either wrong, bad, however, what's the term to put it, and how does that affect you, and how is it connected with the mental well-being?
Okay, so let's put it this way. Let's say me and you talking right now.
Yes.
And then a kid just come in running with a diaper on screaming.
Yes.
Is that normal?
It could be normal.
It could be
it's
normal,
a child.
but is it manners? Is it something you want your kids to do outside of your home or out, like let's say out in the public, right? Because
it depends on the parents who raised them.
Well, yes, man. Imagine, man. Like, okay, imagine, comme si Simchita m'a mangé avec petit moi, and all of a sudden they start screaming. It's gonna feel embarrassed a little bit.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But that's not what you want. You want your kids to be as normal as possible.
Okay.
Right? So this is where we come in, and that's why sometimes the parents, like they play a big role.
Okay.
But at the same time, the parents cannot just let their kids do anything and whatever they want.
Okay.
Vous comprenez que si par exemple, wap parent qui dit moi même ma petit moi n'importe ça yo mandem. Yes, that's good. But what happens when you don't have it? If they ask you for something and you don't have it, what now?
So do you think that most juveniles that you encounter with, would you say that their behaviors is a representation of how the parents raised them?
Yes and no. I say yes because I've met some parents to where the moment the kids start screaming, the moment the kids start engaging in maladaptive behaviors, the first thing she do or he do was, all right, here's the iPad. Yeah, you want more candy? Okay, here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So therefore, they just want the kids to stop with the screaming, to stop with the crying and the physical aggression. So therefore, they just give in, right?
Okay.
And then we come in as the RBT to let the parents know, hey, listen, it's okay to give the kids what they want, yes, but they have to understand that they have to work for it. What do I mean by work for it? For example, let's say if we go, grocery shopping, right?
Yeah.
And then kids love candy. And then they just grab the candy and say, I want the candy. I want the candy. No, I'll be like, hey, listen, we're going to go shopping. This is what we're going to do.
Okay.
Sometimes we use timers. We say, hey, in 10 minutes, if, stay quiet, if you listen, if you follow direction, if you comply with what I'm asking you, listen, I'm going to give you the candy you want, right? And then the kid's like, oh, okay. And then they really pay attention to the timer. Right when the timer goes on, all right, they stay chill. They relax, they're paying attention. And then when it goes off, they're like, all right, mama, the timer goes off. You got my candy or you not? Okay. Then it lets out when your parent will say, okay, here. But you have to give it though.
Okay.
Because sometimes, nous disons bâti mon nom bagana like 10 minutes and then 10 minutes ne passe dit tale ma baoul tale. No, we have to reinforce it. Okay. That's where the positive reinforcement come in. Right? So when we give the kids the candy they want after 10 minutes, we don't have to give the whole thing. We can give a piece. All right, here's a piece. Cool. All right, the kids is happy. Now you can use another 10 minutes until you're done shopping. That way the kids doesn't engage in the physical, the screaming, the crying for no reason.
So pretty much what you do is helping individuals adapt to the norms of society.
Yes, sir. While
following the principles of life.
Yes, sir.
So that's pretty much what you do.
Basically.
So
and
my question,
it's not like the parents can do it themselves. Of course they can, man. The parents know their kids better than me and you.
Of course.
Right? So, but at the same time, some parents they still need help. Right? They still need help raising their kids, and that's where the saying it take a village to raise a kid. But at the same time, you got to be careful who's in that village, who you let come around your kids within that village. Because within that village, you got good, bad, okay people in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have to teach your kids that, okay, hey, you got these people you can trust. You got these people you got to watch out for. And you got these people you got to stay away from. Those are still part of the village. You know what I mean? And the kids, as they grow, they're going to have a choice to either listen to you and not go to the people you tell them not to go to because it's a bad influence for them, or at the same time, they're going to have a choice to still go and learn on their own way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So on a financial level, who qualifies for your service? Because the reason why I'm asking is, let's just take a family of 5, barely work or like barely trying to make ends meet, and they have a juvenile with such behaviors. How exactly, if they need help, how are they, what they should do? Let's just say if they don't have the money for it, because nowadays, for you to get the good service that you need or that you want, your pocket's got to be deep.
Yes.
So for a family that does not have enough for your service, what other ways, resources? Yes.
There's resource out there. I mean, I don't know them. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know specific resources, but there is resources out there that provide help to those type of family.
Okay.
Right. And then let's say the company I work with now, sometimes they give scholarships, right? If they know that, hey, this family is struggling and they really need the help, so on and so forth, they give a scholarship, let's say, for like 3 to 6 months until they find a resource, until they find a government help, until they find like an insurance that will allow them to cover for that kids.
Yes.
Right? So therefore, there's resources out there the parents can research and look for to help with that individual.
Okay. And what are some of the challenges that you have faced?
My brother, man, you have to have patience for this job, man.
Okay.
You have to have patience, but not only patience, it have to be something that you love doing. Because this is how I see it. If it's my kid, or if it's a family member, if it's someone that I care so much about,
Yeah.
if they were in that situation, I would want someone to help them, like honestly, I would want someone to be, to put their true self out there to help that person, not abuse, but to help that person. So the challenges we have is, sometimes when you do everything you're doing and the client is still engaging in behavior, sometimes you get hit, you get bit, you get spit on. Listen, man, it's rough. But the most challenges that I face is the parents that do not engage.
Okay.
Right? Why do I say that? Some parents, when I provided the service, when I go to their homes and I'm providing the service, they see us as I don't want to say babysitter, but they do see us as someone that comes in to take care of their kids while they either taking a break, do whatever it is that they're doing. I don't know if they're taking a nap, but the parents is not engaging.
So not to cut you off, would you say that while you there at the residence trying to help their kids, would you say it would be more beneficial for the parents to not only to be there to help you out, but also to see the progression?
Exactly. Not only the progression, but the steps, the services that we give in the what's the word I'm looking for? You know how when you the program we're providing, right? Because think about it. If I come into your home, I'm helping your kids, and you're not there. When I leave, how are you gonna help the kids? What is it that you're gonna see me do, and then you're gonna put it into work, into place, so that you can consistently do what is it that I just showed the kids, what I showed you to do if you're not around.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's why it's important for the parents to get involved, to ask questions. And then when they have to be consistent, right? If, for example, the kids is going into a tantrum just because they want to watch TV, right? But they have to do their homework, right? We don't provide academic, right? We don't do academic work, but we do help with the fact that, hey, listen, you have homework to do. You need to do your homework so that you can go to the next level of your grade, right?
Yeah.
So we help with that. So some parents, like the kids, start fighting, screaming, And then because they want to watch TV, they don't want to do their homework, right? So when we come in, we say, hey, listen, do one problem, and then I give you 1 minute of TV. Do another problem, I give you 1 minute of iPad, right? But even if they're crying,
It's a quid pro quo game.
That's it. But if they engage in tantrum, let them, because eventually they're gonna get tired. But you always got to make sure they're safe first of all, right? You don't want them to start throwing things, getting hurt. But make sure they're safe. But at the same time, ignore the tantrum.
Okay.
Ignore the tantrum to where they're like, oh, okay, he's not or she's not giving in, so I have to do this so that I can get what I want. Then when they realize that, okay, let me do this for 1 minute, and then be on the iPad for 1 minute, or be on the iPad for 2 minutes. As long as they see they're doing that, and then the parents, they see that what we do, we don't just be like, oh, they start screaming, okay, here's the iPad. No. Like, before it gets better, it's going to get worse. That's the mentality. That's the mindset we put into the parents' mind to like, hey, listen, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And then when it gets better, you're going to love it.
You're going to love it.
You're going to love it.
And true question, and I want your true honesty about this. Do you ever get tired mentally?
Man, of course.
And you already answered. You already said yes. And what do you do to help yourself? How do you deal with it?
I step out a little bit, take deep breath, and I ask God to give me strength, because it's like I said, this field is not for everybody, right?
Yeah.
I ask God to give me strength, because in the long term, in the long run, when that kid stand up and say, "Mom, I love you," like in a world like where they don't used to say, "I love you," when the parents hear that, man, that's the we word. Like they cry, they smile, they laugh. I mean, that's the we word we're looking for. So therefore, even though I'm going through tough time, and mentally, like, I'm like, come on, Sam, be strong, stay focused, be there. And when I feel like I'm about to crash out, I step out a little bit. You know what I mean? I step out, take deep breath, take a break a little bit, and then go back in. And because we are soldiers.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, we can't just give in just because.
We're going to thug it out.
So we're going to have to do what we need to do to make sure we get the work done. But the parents' involvement is very important.
So what are some of the most rewarding moments or phases of you being in RBT?
All right. So my current clients right now, his verbal skills was like, I'll say a 0. Because instead of saying the word, he will point and be like,
Yeah.
right? Now, he'll be like, hey, I'm going to use your name. I'll
Yeah.
be like, hey, Cody, how you doing? Be like, fine. By just saying fine, I can see the dad or the mom, they're like, tears coming out of their eyes. Because this is, as a parent, you want your kids to be independent.
Yes.
You want the best for your kids, right? So when you see those progress, it may not happen in a blink of an eye, but when you see those progress and you see that your kids is communicating, your kids is asking, instead of just, grab something, they say, can I please have this? Or
Yes.
can I please have that? By saying it, they're communicating, right? So this is where we come in, even though we go little by little, but in the long run, when they can communicate and tell you their needs instead of engaging in aggressive behavior,
Yeah.
that's the reward, man. That's the reward.
Have you ever been in a situation where you're trying to help a kid? You're doing everything in you, everything that you have in you to help out a kid, and for some reason they just don't get it. That kid just doesn't get it. Just can't help him, him or herself. Do you ever get discouraged?
Honestly, sometimes, but that's where teams work comes in.
Yeah.
Right? So I may be doing something that I think is working. I think that the kid will get, and then when you come in and say, "Hey, Sam, what happened if you do this? Um, let's change it. Let's change the environment, or let's change the perspective. Let's change the protocol. Let's change. When I say protocol, not to break the rules, but
Yeah.
instead of like focusing on this, let's play with it a little bit. Do
Okay.
it, like even though I'm an adult, I have to act like a little boy, with certain clients, so that
Yeah.
because that's their level. We
It's
have
called
to meet
mirroring.
them exactly. So we have to meet them where they're at. And then when we take criticism, nicely, because sometimes we might think we're doing something good and then we're not. So when you come in and say, "Hey, Sam, why don't we do this instead?" And then I have to be willing to listen and to follow through and like, okay, let's try it. And then when I do that, it works.
And what you say, it makes sense because in my line of work, let's just say if I'm dealing with a subject and I'm getting frustrated, because you have to understand, man, it's not easy. Not easy to deal with other people that you don't know. You have no idea what they're capable of. And when I do get frustrated, and what we have, me and my coworkers and my partners, we have a thing where if they see me getting frustrated, I go on a call, they see I'm getting frustrated, and it's becoming an issue and it's affecting the way I should probably work things out with that person or, with that case itself. The first thing that they will do is pull me away, pull me aside and tell me, take a deep breath. Let me step in. Step out for a moment. Let me step in. Maybe by them doing that, it helps me realize that, hey, your anxiety level is up here. You need to chill.
You need to chill, bring it back down.
And sometimes the reason why is because you are so focused and you get so deeply connected with what's going on to the point where you can relate and that person does not seem to comprehend the reason why you taking whatever actions that you're taking. And I know, man, it's, in your line of work, especially dealing with juvenile, with kids, it can be very meticulous and it can be very hard on the mental, on the mental aspect. And man, I give you props, man, because
Thank you.
I deal with people and I deal with juveniles on a daily basis. To be honest, man, I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I do it.
Yeah,
And
God,
you've
give you the strength,
mentioned
man.
you've mentioned about the love for what you do. And I am a firm believer that if you are called to do something, no matter what,
You're gonna do it.
you're gonna do it and you're gonna do a real good job
That's right.
at it.
That's right.
And
That's what I sometimes I tell people. Yes, money is important. You do certain things, yes, because you're getting paid. You got to pay bills, so on and so forth. But don't just focus on the money, right? Because if you're doing it for the money, like for example, like that just happened, right? I have this kiddo. I was working for 2 different companies, and then one company was paying me more, right? But I stay with the other kiddo because I see the progress that he's making, right? So they always ask me, "Yo, Sam, why don't you leave, that client so that you can just do full time with us?"
Yeah.
I say, "Listen, I mean, I understand, but the fact that I see the progress this kiddo is making, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it to see that kids graduate, right?"
Yeah.
And about a month ago, he recently just graduated high school, and that feeling, bro.
I can't understand. It made you feel good.
Man, it's like the parents. I'm trying not to tear up.
It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay, man.
But that's the feeling.
Yeah.
That kid eventually talk right now. Man, All right, Sam, get it together. All right, so right now that kid after graduation, he's working at a UPS store.
Yeah.
He's been independent. And the parents, they're like, they feel so blessed
Yeah.
that God put me in their path, so that I can help their kid.
This is the rewarding part about it.
Yes.
This is the rewarding part about it. Man,
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for you, man, and I'm so grateful for you, and thank you, for what you do. And what are some of the misconceptions when it comes to RBT that people do not seem to understand?
Some parents, they don't believe in it because they don't want to believe that their kids is in a spectrum,
Yeah.
right?
Is it a cultural thing?
Yes and no. Why do I say it's a cultural thing? Because I have parents right now that don't believe that their kid is in a spectrum, but me and you looking at the kid, we know that he is,
Yeah.
right? But based to their culture, they feel like it's something that can be curable just like that.
Yeah.
Right? So we're trying to educate the parents that, hey, listen, give it a try. Like, you don't have to believe that your kid is not in the spectrum, but believe that whatever we're doing is to make the kids better, right? You don't have to feel like, okay, my kid is not normal. My kid is, need to be able to sit down and play with other kids. Yes, that's possible, but there are ways to do it. You know what I mean? There are ways that just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? So we're trying to let the parents know, hey, your kid is in a spectrum. This is the path you have to take. This is how you have to implement the program that we provided you and the program you see the RBTs doing. And then the most important things too for insurance, right? We have to take data.
Yeah.
So everything we're doing, we have to take data because number speaks, right?
Yeah.
If they don't see
See
the
our
data,
patterns.
they're gonna say, well, the case is normal. I don't see no data. I don't see no patterns. I don't see nothing that's telling me this kid need, or help or whatnot,
Yeah.
or insurance. So we trying to let the parents know your kids is normal. It's just that there are kids that are more advanced than other kids. And for your kids to reach the level that you need them to reach, we have to do our service. And the parents, we have to believe that when the kids go home, they're doing the same thing that we're doing. And that's where sometimes it's hard for us. When we're doing the work, let's say as a baby, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to make the baby say dada. The moment he said duh, you don't have to say the whole word, right? The duh is like, oh my gosh, you did a great job. You said duh,
Yeah.
right? Now, when we go home, like we're done working, we go home, the parents doesn't continue that, it's like basically a waste of time.
They need to follow through.
They need to follow through.
The reason why I ask if it's a cultural thing, it's because, both of us, we come from a Haitian background. It's not easy in a household of Haitians to see where a parent is saying I love you to their kids, especially those who were born and raised in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy for them to say I love you, my child, and I appreciate everything that you do. It's not easy.
In our culture, it's easier for them to show it than to say it.
Than to say it.
Right? So they'll go above and beyond, work days and night, just to let the kids know that, hey, listen, what I'm doing right now is for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes the kids, all they want to hear is like, hey, listen, my child, I love you, I appreciate you. Because in our culture, they mostly do punishment behavior. What do I mean by punishment behavior? If I'm going to school, I'm bringing A's, right?
Yeah.
I never get oh, good job, you're doing well, I'm proud of you, so on and so forth. I never heard that, right? And then the moment I bring in a D or a B, right? Next thing I know, regardez, ou à l'école, ou pas apprendre, ou pas this, ou faire des ordres, quand tu es pour qu'ils soient pas, like, pour qu'ils soient pas apprendre ça pour faire ça à moto là, qu'on y a gardé ou pour ton B, bon moi, ça me pas le faire bien, right?
Yeah.
So instead of saying, hey, listen, my child, I understand, you used to have A's and then you just went down to a B. Look, I believe that you can do it because you did it before. I believe that you can bring your grades up and, study and do what you need to do so that
I
you
also
can advance.
think that it's not just a comfort thing, but on the mental level, it's reassurance for the kid or for the child, itself. Because just by saying,
good job, that's enough,
I love
man.
you wouldn't believe the amount, you wouldn't believe what more that child can do.
What's funny?
And there are so many kids out here. Like, there are so many kids out there that haven't heard such words. The reason why I'm saying this is because I encountered with a juvenile. And of course, the juvenile is doing what they do. And he was not abiding by the rules of his parents. And the parents, they became upset, telling the kid, and you live under my roof. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. And if you don't do it,
you can't hit
you
the door.
You gotta leave my house. And literally at 17 years old, that child is outside in the streets. And you can already tell that he does not belong there. He does not belong in the streets. And it kills me because I'm a family man. I'm more about connecting family, together. And to see that child at 17 not knowing what the street life is all about, and to see that child in the street, man, it kills me. I did my best to try to reconnect that family together, and those parents, they stood firm on their decisions of not letting that child getting back in the house. The reason why, it's because that child who they follow the rules. But I believe there are some other ways they could have gone about it.
Of course. It's funny you said that because I've met two young kids. No, I don't want to say young kids. Two teenagers, two adult teenagers. When I say adult, maybe like 17, 16, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, you have siblings? They're like, yeah. I'm like, you're Haitian, aren't you? Yes. I said, have you ever told your siblings, not even the parent, your siblings, that you love them? They'd be like, huh? What you talking about? Huh? Like, if I tell my sister or my brother, hey, I love you, they're going to look at me like, are you okay? Are you sick? You know what I mean? So that's why it's so important to not only do work, because in the Haitian community, not only the Haitian community, but nowadays you have to have 2-3 jobs just to survive, right? But also put time aside for your kid.
Yes.
Right.
And what you said is very big because, I've dedicated my life to provide more to my family, especially my kids. And because I know growing up there are certain things I was not allowed to have. I couldn't have, mostly because my parents were poor. And now that I can work to provide for my kids, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that my kids have a better life than what I had growing up.
Of course, that's the goal, because you want a better version of you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, and it is important not only to focus on giving the kids everything they want, but teach them life.
Teach them that.
You know what I
The
mean?
norms.
Teach them
Yeah.
the norms. Because, think about it. If since birth until 18 years old, you constantly giving your kids, let's use Jordans, right? You know how much a Jordan costs, right? Now, and then let's say you don't have the money to give that kid. because I was watching something where a kid's graduated because the dad said, yes, I was gonna give you a Lamborghini, for your graduation. But unfortunately, things happened to where he gave the kids a brand new Toyota. Because it wasn't a Lamborghini, that young man, take the father to court.
Wow.
Saying that you promised me a Lamborghini, now you're giving me a Toyota? No. So that's why in life you have to teach your kids ups and downs. Still still teach them to be better than you, a better version of you, but still teach them the ups and downs in life, because there are gonna be some times where they won't be able to get what it is that they want. Right?
Okay. And I know your whole thing is about helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Who keeps you motivated, and who helps you when you need it?
Well, I thank God for my wife, man, because my wife always motivates me, always pushing me to do better. And because of her support, that's why now I got my master. Because I was already giving in. I was like, man, I give up. I'm not going to continue with master program because, I faced some struggles. And then, she support me. She let me know, hey, what you're doing is not your work. You're doing it for the Lord, because that's your calling. You love what you're doing. You love helping. And she's my backbones, man.
To God be the glory, man. To God be the glory. And another question that I have for you is, what is a message that you have for a young person or an adult that's trying to find their ways, but also after watching this episode and they want to do what you do? What is a special message to them? And also, how do they go about it?
Being an RBT, I'll say it's easy. Why do I say it's easy? Because there are companies that will help you reach that level.
Okay.
And teach you the skills to go ahead and take the exam, because you do have to take an exam.
Okay.
Right? To understand the concept and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But most important, you have to love what you do, right? Just imagine you in their situation. Imagine you in their shoes. I'm sure you will want someone to take care of you the best way that they can.
Yes.
And to have the knowledge to know that what they're doing is gonna help you better yourself.
Yes.
Right? It's a nice feel. It's a great feel to be in. And you have to have the passion for it, man. You have to have the passion for it. Don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the money. Because if you're doing it for the money, you're going to move from one company to the next. It's not that the money is not important, like I said before. But let's say if I used to pay you $100 and then somehow my business is, kind of going down a little bit. And I'm like, hey, listen, man, I can't give you 100. I'm going to give you 70. Just because of that, be like, nah, I'm not staying. I'm leaving. So that tells me you're just doing it for the money. Right? Yeah. So be real. Be truthful to yourself, because at the end of the tunnel, man, you're gonna see the light. You're gonna see the reward. You're gonna feel proud about yourself.
Here you have it, people. And as promised, every week we have special guests that come in to tell you what they go through, their life stories, mistakes to avoid. And we just heard it from Samuel himself, everything that he went through and the experiences that shaped him to become the person that he is today. Samuel, I cannot thank you enough for the work that you do.
Man, it's my pleasure.
I appreciate you, and I'm very grateful for you, man.
It's my pleasure.
And
it's
I'm
a blessing.
Blessed to have you not only as a brother, but also as a friend. And
Yes,
I'm telling you, whenever that day comes and you feel like you need somebody to talk to, you're having a bad day, do not hesitate, man.
Of course, man.
Do not hesitate to not only seek help if needed, but also know that you have people that care about you.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Thank you so much,
All right, brother. Thank you so much for coming to Crashout Conversations.
Hey, it's my blessing, man. It's my honor. It's an honor, my brother.
Yes,
so, I mean, I don't know if you're okay with that, because I would like to do just a short prayer. If you're okay with this or no.
No, go ahead and,
You're good?
you know.
All right, Father God, thank you. Thank you for placing this idea into your brother's heart, into your son's heart, Cody, to provide this platform so that other people can learn that you are an amazing God. And then through the people that are coming here, the listeners, those that are following, they're gonna learn something in life. They're gonna learn something that they can do to help other people, because we do need each other in life. We do need each other, and I thank you again for this broadcast. And I pray that it grows and grows and grows and grows in the name of Jesus.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Anytime, man.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Crash out conversations. Crash out conversations. 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 Crash out conversations.